It's the Broncos and the Commanders on Sunday Night Primetime.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their 6-year cornerback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Off play action. Russell. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 14 carries, 62 yards.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete to McBride. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Jones. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Throwing Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. From the gun on third down, Russell. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Russell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
On third down, Russell. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. That'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, fun on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They go play action here on first down. Man open, he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Jones. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Knight, and it's a good one. And taken right at the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Russell over the middle, complete. It's Alexander. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw on 2nd down. Russell to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. To the 36-yard line, stop there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Russell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on 1st down. Russell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got McBride here over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal. First and goal from the 3.
Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Short of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up second.
Robinson again, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
Robinson. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Washington offense back out there. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Russell. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. A 45-yard punt. 4 there on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Russell. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Russell. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. The Commanders going to bring out the field goal unit from the left hash. This from 53 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
That's good for the Denver Broncos. 1st and 10.
Jones now on 1st and 10. That's complete to McBride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. His throw incomplete. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw's going to be incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half. Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burko?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
An assortment of sacks in this game. This one the product of a good jump and terrific effort. Moves quickly off the snap of the ball. Doesn't let up until he's in the backfield and impacting the quarterback.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Russell. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st and 10, Russell. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Dak Prescott, terrific in the victory, as his guys upped their mark to 4-1 now. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Broncos, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
On third down, Robinson.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be first down, Denver.
The second half is better than the first half. They'll give it a fun way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run the draw here with Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That's into the hands of Tolbert.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Now Jones off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks in the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones.
He's got it complete to Tolbert.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Foul. Unnecessary run. Defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. On third and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Alexander.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Russell. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in. Complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
On 1st down, Russell. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. From the gun on 3rd down, Russell. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. Loss of 7 to bring it forward.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And this one is right through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Denver's offense now set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
And they'll try to run the option here.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 6.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Here's Jones, throwing on first down. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and...
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Escape. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is brought in at the 21, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He's got it to the 43 here. Looking to throw on second down. Russell throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on third and a yard. Hasn't had his best game running the football here tonight, but hey, that's a critical spot right there to convert on third down, and he did it.
And the lights are shining just a little bit brighter right now, aren't they? You remember the beginning of the game? If he gets this first down, everybody's happy. That's cool. But here, that was critical, and it really energizes them.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Throwing on first down. Russell. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Russell. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Back to throw again. Forced out to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Jones on first down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing again. Jones. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
That's a gain of 3.
Jones now to throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick here is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So the Broncos now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Here's Jones. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Jones.
25-yard line.
And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Jones.
10 yards to go.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Previous play is under review.
Potential turnover. They're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Jones' throw taken in by Sutton. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. To throw is Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get it back to a one-score game. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll move him back within 6 now. So we're back to a one-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the one timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance of getting the ball back.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
So a victory here for the Commanders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Commanders,
they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles.